Excuse me. But hey guys, I just wanted to sit here and post a dream. I'm not gonna be showing my face because I look like a hot mess. I just had this dream. It was about being in another dimension. Um, it was something that God showed me recently today. It's about almost 2 o'clock, so basically about an hour ago. Um, and I'm just get right into it. Um, I'm not gonna say I had a dream, but God took me to this dimension where the men in black exist and they're enforcers. They look like people in that dimension, but they're really not. Just like how they exist over here. There's footage of the men in black. There were flying cars. I remember being in a limousine, in a limousine or a car, whatever the case is, and they had I remember measurements, I remember currency, and I remember the people and how uneducated they were. And I remember seeing a number about how there's a building that's 300 feet tall. It's very futuristic like, and also, I'm not gonna say dream, but when God took me to this dimension, God God showed me the currency that they had in this dimension, and basically imagine if you had a quarter. Their currency looked like it was the size of a quarter, but there was no heads or tails. It was just pure gold, and there was no labels or anything on the front and back sides of the currency. Then there was what else was there? It was that, and also I knew I was in another dimension, and that God was trying to tell me something when I met these people, and we were in a room, and I pressed my hand against theirs, and their hand was bigger than mine. And I noticed my voice when I have dreams or when God takes me somewhere. And as I'm in the room with these people, these people apparently in their dimension, they don't know where they come from. They don't know that God exists. They know nothing. They have no biblical knowledge at all whatsoever. They have no biblical knowledge of giants. They don't even know the origin of their enforcers, which is the men in black, and other people that rule over them. This dimension is not a dimension of chaos. It looks like something you would see in the movies. It looks sort of like a utopia, but not really, because these people are either indoctrinated or these people or don't know. These people weren't chipped. They look like normal people. And basically, we were sitting in this room, and basically, what was it? I started to. They asked me something, and I start speaking the gospel to them straight from the Old Testament. And in the Old Testament, I remember specifically, I tell them about the story of giants. Now, I don't know if giants exist in this dimension because I didn't see any, but even though I got like 30 feet for whatever reason in my dream, but point is, I started telling them about how in Genesis, I started telling them about how the giants in this dimension, in this world, how they made it with the women of our dimension and how they were able to produce giants. And from telling them that, they were amazed and they were shocked because they had no Bibles in this dimension. A lot of significant stuff. They had no Bibles in this dimension, and they knew nothing. They were basically told everything that was told to them. And I remember in the midst of me telling them all this information about the Bible and stuff, they had to hide me in their room, or they had to hide me from, I guess there were people checking up on them that were in charge of them or whatever the case is. And they were responsible for the amount of information that they knew, and they weren't allowed to have access to forbidden knowledge. And forbidden knowledge, basically, I guess in this terms, basically means knowledge of God and where you come from and if God exists. And so all that happened. And then the only last thing before I end this video, I remember saying that, I've got to stay here. You guys, like, this is crazy. Like, how do you not know about God? How do you not know that God exists? How do you don't know anything about the Bible? Like, the Bible was something that literally either it didn't exist or something they weren't allowed to have access to. And before I end this video, I remember when I was in that dimension, because this is new to me. This is felt absolutely real. Basically, they have it in their dimension. They have like laboratories. They have stations, basically, or buildings where they sort of have this technology in our dimension, but they have it to where they can tap into your they can drill into your skull, and they can tap into your subconscious and keep you drifting in between the physical world and the spiritual world. Imagine the Matrix, but an actual drill is going in your head, and they have I wouldn't say echo chambers, but they have cryogenic tubes that keep you in that state. And so they also aren't allowed access to these things either. So I just wanted to end it on that. Thank God for this dream. I actually prayed yesterday and asked God, what's coming next. I guess this really just means, with all this stuff going on, I guess really just means that a shift change is about to happen, or I can't speak for everybody else, but the gospel is going to be spoken, and people's lives are going to change. And so I don't know. At this point, I really don't know. All I can say is that this is the third time I'm actually like the third person that I know of. Change is coming. She's called Change is Coming Soon. She has on her video where she talked about how in a dimension they killed off all the Christians, which is what they want to do here. And I guess they knew nothing of God. And there's another lady she recommended on her community page, a black lady, don't totally forgot her name. And she was saying how in the dimension that God took her to, that the devil was torturing them, was trying to reign supreme in that dimension, and looked like the Green Goblin, and he wanted to convince people that he was God. Totally two different visitations from God and whatnot, and so this is my experience. And all I remember just in that experience is that it was very futuristic like, and that these people needed help, and that in the future, where they were, or whatever the case is that they were they didn't know of God, and they needed help. So that's all I can say, and I hope you got something from this video, and God bless you.